energy only Darren McCarty and Neal Ruhl can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy, right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. Today, my guy is back in the house. Of course, it's D-Mac, Darren McCarty, fresh off one, as a matter of fact. We got KG, we have Spencer Raxter, all of you, the Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into that chat and get in there. But D-Mac, enough of the games. You're battle tested. How does it feel to enter the arena again?
That one last night with that crowd, and plus it was a minute tilt. Anybody who's catching up to speed, the Detroit Red Wing alumni last night at LCA in front of about 8,000 people, maybe 10,000, like full lower bowl, played the Shoresy. TV show Shoresy, the Canadian, about the hockey and their team. So they do a tour of, I think they do 7 or 8 NHL alumni cities and stuff. And they started out here in Hockey Town because, as Jared Kiso, their head star, and Wright said that he realized about before COVID, about 6 years ago when they were here with Letterkenny, that how much the fans embraced their players and how this was really the love of hockey, and it really truly is Hockey Town. So fast forward, anybody who saw the game last year, this is the second year we played it. They're tough guy lines, the gyms, Gym 1, Gym 2, and Gym 3. Well, Gym 1 and I got into it last year, and we just we decided to go do it again this year in a little bit different way. But, Neal, I'll tell you this. That one was as memorable. And here you see the square. Oh, there's Mickey. Yeah, absolutely. You see, they love Mickey. But the crowd last night was electric. And not very many times in hockey do you get the whole crowd cheering for both teams and being excited. So that was good. But I've said this all along. My favorite time is having to fight is right after it, when you can absorb all the energy and see everybody in the crowd in the stands. And so we did it at center ice, and I said we got to do it under 5 minutes because I'm going to the locker room because I'm going to be gassed, and I was gassed, bro. Man. We both were. But as you can see, you know what I mean? We were, John and I work, who's Gym 1, we work a little stiff, as they say in the wrestling business, and I'm sporting a really cool shiner to match my really cool hair right now. So it was, Neal, it was put it this way. Right, and you, as one of my good friends and somebody who knows me really well, that was a moment and an experience last night that will stay with me like a lot of the other big ones, the biggest ones do. It was just awesome. So everybody was there, everybody who cheered, it was, to me, that's what the love of the game was all about. So, and the good guys won 14-13.
Shout out.
So there you go.
there you
it's
go.
All right
there
in
you
Hockey
go,
Town. And honestly, as I'm saying this, I don't know, but I might have inspired what happened at the end of the Red Wings game in New Jersey. Maybe just a little bit of shenanigans with the guys on the ice and stuff like this. And I loved it because guys sticking up for each other. But you saw Dylan Larkin and their captain Nico Hischier that they were going to go, and the refs should have let them go. But New Jersey. Yeah, absolutely. New Jersey, those are the two captains at the bottom. So showing a lot of pride, and it just goes back to these are two teams that are trying to take that next step for each other, and that's what goes with it. So Wings lost last night. Alumni won. D-Mac had a Tilly. I think I could snivel for an assist on when I was on the ice, so I could snivel a Gordie Howe hat trick, but I'll take 1-1. That's fine.
That is fine. I did see the goal, by the way, D-Mac, and getting to that, I know everybody loves the fights. As I've always told you, I love the goals because that's how they keep score. And, hey, man, throw it at the net, D-Mac. Throw it at the net. Right?
Hey, that's it. That's you throw it hard, at the net. If it didn't hit the skate, it would have gone backdoor for a tap-in for whoever was there. probably Abby. But yeah, it was fun. But yeah, anybody wants to know, gassed after, gassed after. It took me a few minutes, Kenny, to put in a chew. So
I can imagine.
That tells you how gassed I was.
I liked the fight though. At first, he was kind of getting at you at first, man. But I love the recovery, man. You start throwing them big punches at the end, man. I was like, yeah, that's classic D-Mac right
Switched hands and threw. The one that he hit me with one right off the bat, but the one that I hit him with was that right uppercut.
Yep. See, that's right where the turn happened.
And then here's the thing. But here's the thing: is when I had his jersey, like that was like over his head or whatever like that, but I had to let him out of it.
Oh, of course.
And then I was screwed.
Yeah.
But the fans liked it.
Well,
we liked it. Dude, there's that's as
y'all
much
got
of that I can wrestling influence the hockey game. So right up my alley. Again, remember, it wasn't a game. It was an audition.
So D-Mac, that's how he spent his Monday evening. But we're back at it here. Good stuff from D-Mac there.
Oh man, you know it is.
And this is the skate I'm talking about. When you can take it all in, hear the fans, and you get that's what makes black and blue and having a bruised pinky all worth it.
No, but D-Mac, electric, man. I was talking about that last night with a buddy of mine who actually moved to Montana. So I was hanging out with him last night, and because he saw the clips on social media and stuff like that, and he's like, man, D-Mac, he loves it, man. He does. Always a showman, man. Oh, never not been a showman. But we are going to get into it. Lots of Lions, Packers today. Some Pistons as well, because I'm noticing a theme. There's like good team shit that the Pistons are doing. So certainly we'll touch on that. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. You want to skip the line, use the super chat. We got a couple of those piling up. Good to see Tammy Chin in the chat today.
Shout out.
Sideless. Yeah, absolutely. She was. Sideless in the super chat. I know this is a Lions week, but what is the ceiling for the Pistons? We all expect just taking another step, but could they get to the party early? And Silas, we touched on that yesterday, and we'll touch more on that today, because and yes, I know they played the Pacers and they don't have Halliburton, but they did good team shit in the Milwaukee game. They did it in the Milwaukee game. They did it in the Indiana game last night. So we're definitely going to touch on it. Dante 151 in the super chat. Lomas Brown is a semifinalist for the Hall of Fame. Let's go, Lomas. That is good news. Yep, absolutely.
Big Low.
Yep, saw that.
One of the nicest dudes around, and so stuff
Very
like this.
funny guy.
Funny guy, just a big, he's not as big as he used to be, but he still carries that big aura like a big teddy bear. It's always good. Do you run into him much, Neal?
Yeah. We've done some media stuff together. Great dude. He's on brand every time. Yeah, Lo, he's a friend of the network as well. Friend of Woodward Sports. He comes on pretty regularly. So yeah, get into that chat. Freddie Felt 313. Go Grizz. Yeah, Oakland got a nice win yesterday over Lamar. Play Montana tonight. Montana's been to, I think it was like 7 of the last 13 NCAA tournaments. Like, they got it cooking out here. The reason nobody knows about them is because they haven't popped anyone. But they get there. They get there on the regular. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Shout out to the Rhinoceros Bourbon Bar here in town. Went there last night. They were great.
The Rhinoceros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's
you know what, dude? Like, it's on scale. It's on scale with the location.
Okay.
Nicest way to say it, Smitty.
Yep.
You need about 8 Sun Cruisers to get you going.
You got some big girls down in Montana.
Montana.
That's not what he said, Spenny.
That's not what I said.
Nope. That's fair.
Don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said, man. I said it's on scale.
It's on scale. Funny as hell.
On an industrial scale, you got some big girls.
Massive scale. Richter scale.
Tammy Chin. Now, come on. Come on,
Top
boys.
5 scales.
Right. Top 5 scales.
The Montana scale.
right.
We don't know what that is.
Big Sky country.
Big Sky on brand.
On brand, absolutely. This This is a great place, Montana. It's
Salt of the earth.
I like this town a lot. Yeah, it is. Like this town that we're in is basically, I kind of equate it to like Madison, Wisconsin. Like it's a college town, but it's pretty cool. Obviously, it's beautiful everywhere you look. You have the mountains and everything like that. Tammy Chin in the chat. The crowd was electric last night at LCA. And D-Mac, that was I did have a question for you about that. That crowd and that involvement. That was like on par with like a regular season Red Wings game. Like
100%.
the people, every clip I saw, like people were electric.
Electric. And that, like I said, it brings a different atmosphere, I think, just in the fact that you're cheering the whole game because you cheer for Shoresy's team too, and all you want those guys to get their cookies and stuff like that. So, but this is why I've always said, and I said this last year after this game, by hearing the acoustics in that place and knowing and remembering what it was like to be on the ice in 1997 in Joe Louis Arena when the buzzer went to win the Stanley Cup and the loudest I've ever heard anything. I believe this place can get louder with it all filled to the rim. So this is something that, hey, I've always known it. Wing Wheel Nation, Red Wing, they got it in them. Detroit sports fans, we got it in them. It's just up to the teams to give them a product to cheer. So, onward and upward. Hey, it's Benny. Did you see right before the fight too? I said, wait a minute, and I kissed the Hockey Town.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I kissed
nice.
the Hockey Town logo.
Nice touch.
Legendary.
I thought Neal would have saw that. I thought he would pick up on that one.
Yeah, no, 100%, I saw it. People in the chat talking about Mickey Redmond
Still got it.
The GOAT.
What a great view I had from the cross crease one timer and the goalie waving his stick at it into it. But hey, they went off when Mickey scored.
No headgear too. You gotta respect the no headgear.
OG.
He's an OG. Hey, we were laughing before because the guys had to put new sticker sponsors on the helmets, so they come to Mickey and they had like Velcro. Stick on his side of his head.
A Velcro strap.
Let's just say it didn't make it out there.
Right.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Mike G, I've been to Bozeman, Montana, great college town. Yeah, that's where the airport is. We play tonight, then tomorrow morning we leave. It's a 3-hour bus ride to get to the airport, to fly to Minneapolis, to fly to Detroit. So it's like a long travel day. But yeah, it is. It's beautiful out here. South Florida Lion 97. Hello from the Bahamas. What are you doing watching the show? Go sit out on the beach.
Right.
Maybe
But
he's
we
watching on the
appreciate you.
beach.
We appreciate you. Yeah,
What a
maybe
great
you
way
are.
to
Media,
spend,
Neal.
dude. What a great way to spend a morning.
Yeah.
Having your
No
morning
doubt.
cocktail, you smoke. And,
Oh, yeah.
watching the beach, listening to Neal.
BDE on the beach.
Right.
That's
Listening
it.
to Neal's tone. Neal's tone in the morning. It's like the morning coffee.
Hey, shout out to Mickey. Though.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
It was.
Yeah, it was a nice little pick there. It was a nice little pick there. South Florida, send me a pick, and I'll get it over to Spenny. We'll pop it up on the show. If you're in the Bahamas, you go straight to the front of the line. We'll just
got a
say it
hot
like
wife?
that. So
Yeah, that way.
okay, moving on. Let's go to the break. Spenny,
I'm trying to outkick my coverage. You know?
Hey, talk about it.
where are we
Does
going?
your wife
Spenny?
have a sister?
D-Mac's going to tell us about BlackRock.
Hell yeah, I am. Black Rock Bar and Grill is bringing the sizzle to the UP. Yeah, the newest location is opening this December in Sault Ste. Marie, right inside Quad Casino. Best of both worlds right there. Get ready to double down on flavor, bet big on bold cuts, and experience the 755-degree sizzle that always pays out. Follow Black Rock Sault Ste. Marie on Facebook for all the updates and grand opening announcements. And don't forget the heavyweights. Yes, the Woodward heavyweights are headed to Ann Arbor for round 2. Other Black Rock food reviews this Friday, November 28th, right before the big game. Don't miss it. I'm sure Easy will have Braylon's meat in his mouth. Go to Black Rock today. Clip that.
Tell us about Sharon.
Is there steak still on the menu?
Steak is not. No, Braylon's meat is not on the menu.
Oh, it's not? Oh, okay.
No, it's
so
not.
then
No.
you can't have that.
Yeah.
We got
no.
the enforcer
Got
cut
the
now.
enforcer coming.
That's my cut.
Yeah, man.
25-ounce sirloin.
25 at, hey, easy.
big
Get the
boy.
enforcer cut.
There you go. Neal, what about Sharon?
What about Sharon's, everybody? Look, go to Sharon'sHeating.com. Guys, if you're a DTE gas customer, you need to go to Sharon'sHeating.com. They can hook you up with a free furnace tune-up if you're a DTE gas customer, but time is running out. So make sure you get to Sharon'sHeating.com. And while you're there on the website, you can schedule jobs, maintenance online. You can get free instant quotes. Your furnace goes down. You can take a look at the reality of what you're facing with a free instant quote. And they've been in the game for over 42 years, guys. This isn't some fly-by-night company. They've been keeping people comfortable and safe for over 42 years. It's Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Steve, stop being a wet blanket.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Fitness, Neal.
All right, everybody. Neal Ruhl here for Planet Fitness, and you guys know it. It's the holiday season. You're going to be festive. Let's just say it like that. Be festive with the diet. And you've talked about it for a long time. One day I'm going to get in shape. I keep talking about it. One day I'm going to do it. Make one day 2 day. It all starts with just one step. Go to planetfitness.com or just walk in the door of any one of the 50 plus Metro Detroit locations. And you can start your journey. It's just $24.99 a month for a black card, and you can go to any Planet Fitness in the world. They have tons of equipment. Everything is right there for you at Planet Fitness. Guys, I've been a member going on 4 years, and I'll never be a member at another gym. Never. There can't be a gym better than Planet Fitness, let alone the fact it's $24.99 per month. PlanetFitness.com. Planet Fitness, don't pay more money to lift the same weights. Don't do that. All right, back at it. Big D Energy. Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, KG, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Spenny, what'd you have?
He was Spenny's going to exit and send you top secret files, classified.
Oh.
So be
vanilla envelope.
Yeah, vanilla. He's going to send that over on the wire. We got to do it very discreetly because we don't want anybody to know. So he stepped out of the room for a minute. That or he's taking a shit. I don't know.
Yeah, right. One of the two.
Well, it's probably the latter. D-Mac, look, we're going to get into Lions-Packers, and I'm curious to get your take on it because I laid down the gauntlet on the game yesterday. What do you got?
If we do not start with the Pistons, right?
Correct.
Is that where you're going to – we had 13 in a row, team record, sort of under the radar because some of their stars weren't there and people sort of shut out because they don't expect, but they're rolling and rolling. If we do not start – on that, then we're not Big D Energy because they should be, and they've earned it, the talk of the town. So I knew that's where you were going.
Correct.
You were just preparing the people that want to just eat football. Dude, you're going to have a smorgasbord on Thursday of everything else. We will get there, but let's just relax, wait. Oh, by the way, which segued me to a question, Double G 2112, $2 super chat. Is there a pregame show Thursday?
It sure is.
Yeah,
and it'll be right here.
Absolutely.
There you go.
We'll be in studio. The boys. My understanding is the boys are going to be downtown for the watch party for the post game down at Gillies. Myself and Sean Baligan, usual time, 10 a.m. to noon.
Yep.
We'll be there. We'll be there getting it in.
It'll be you, Sean, and Justin. So that should be fun.
Yep, absolutely. So we'll do it, and it's full on regular programming Lions Day, everybody. So appreciate that, Double G.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
We're even at Gillies for some reason.
Shout out to Gillies.
Shout out to Gillies.
Gillies is going to be popping. There's going to be a lot of people there.
Popping and popping.
It's going to be one of the few places open downtown. You know people are coming out for the Lions game. Oh,
yep.
man.
And the biggest bar night of the year. But
Yep. Well, that's the night before.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah,
Cool.
that is the night before. But
You might catch your boy
D-Mac,
Spenny
you drilled it.
downtown on the town that bar night because my
Spenny looking for a room
my boy,
Wednesday night.
my boy lives down there. I already got a place to crash.
Damn.
And so I'm just gonna be hitting the town that night after the show. Probably second best, more than likely.
Shout out.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. There you go. So, but D-Mac, you drilled it. The Pistons are doing good team shit. And it's independent because I know people that are just kind of parachuting in. They'll say, yeah, but they only won by 5. No, they dominated that basketball game last night. It was pure domination.
Got a little scary
from
at the
start
end,
to
but
finish. That's the NBA, man. That's the NBA. But I'm telling you guys this, they are coming out and taking control of games, D-Mac. Taking control of basketball games. It's not like, and I would say at the beginning of this streak sometimes, we saw not even moments, like segments of basketball games where they would look lost from time to time, they would snap back into it, and they would get it together and find a way to win. They've taken a step within this winning streak. And I got a chance to lock into a good part of it last night, and I was watching it out here. And D-Mac, you tell me because you're the authority, but there's almost like a rhythm to their wins now, where they come out, they take control of the basketball game in the first half. They kind of move through the third quarter. When they need a play, it's there, but they don't always need a play. But when they do need it, it's there. And I'll tell you guys this, and you know who you are. The crash out Duncan Robinson people at the beginning of the year.
man, what?
That's odd. That's odd. I don't see you anymore. I don't see you guys anymore.
I
like
told
on
them
social
they'll be
media and
back.
stuff like that.
I told him they'll be
he
back,
was-
Neal.
Like he didn't even shoot the ball at all last night. He was bad shooting the basketball. Plus 15. Guys, he unlocked so much on this offense. And I'm kind of glad that I'm getting a chance to talk about him now when he's coming off a 2 for 10 night, because you'll reveal yourself. The non-ball knowers will reveal themselves. Duncan Robinson has leveled this team up. He has. And I know Cade gets all the credit, and rightfully so. And Cade's taken a step, and he's approaching superstar status in this league. Duncan Robinson, guys, has given this offense another level, and not just him shooting the basketball. He has given them the freedom to do more offensively, to be more diverse, to do a bunch of different things. And again, I know he was 2 for 10 yesterday. So some of you are going to watch this and you're going to say, what are you talking about, Neal? He was 2 for 10. Then you don't know ball. Sorry, you don't know ball.
It's like they got, we always, Tobias Harris is the uncle and sort of the, the old guard or the veteran, but you got a guy that's come in and we don't hear it because Duncan Robinson ain't as that outgoing, but we see it. And I think that what you're talking about is that leadership in the locker room and having all these guys who we didn't know their names being able to come in and produce, right? Like that, they are playing as a team. The biggest thing, Neal, right? What it used to be is, when the tire's full, right, and they're playing well, and I got to say this for the Red Wings, the difference between the Pistons and the Red Wings now is the Red Wings still blow tires, and you got to replace the tire. Yeah. What the Pistons have done is they just get leaks, or the air starts come out of the tire, and they're able to plug that differently. And I think the one thing that I've noticed too is the consistency, right? And it's just more like that's what we see is just more of the consistency. And if Robinson is off on the night, he's opened up other guys to be on, and they're winning as a team. And that's the one thing. So again, to Trajan and JB Bickerstaff and stuff like this, like, yes, it's the culture and the coaching and Cade stepping up and Darren stepping up and having Ivy back now and seeing him in the mix and stuff. But I think that you nailed it, Neal, as far as that some of those veterans that were brought in are really showing that leadership, and that Duncan Robinson is definitely one of those guys.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Danny G. Duncan's been a sneaky good defender too. And Danny, I'll say it like this:
charges.
He doesn't get hunted.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you've heard me use that term before. Like there are guys on this team sometimes that get hunted on the defensive end because that's why I always laugh, and Spenny and I have always joked about this with people that rip the NBA and they're like, they don't play defense. No, they hunt the ones that can't, and then they feast on them. And like that's the way that it works. And yeah, he's not even a sneaky good defender. He's just a good defender in that he doesn't get hunted the way some other guys do. Woodward Sports chat thread, Detroit Gunny, Duncan spaces the floor well. It's Gunny, like it's not even that, because Malik Beasley could space the floor, you know, to some degree. It's the extra stuff, the extra offense that you can run. He can screen. He's a willing screener. He's a very good facilitator, passer. And look, we all know him because he played at Michigan. And obviously, you know, I knew of him, but I never watched him on a day-to-day basis. And why would I? Because he wasn't here.
Right.
To see what he's been able to do on the basketball floor has been pretty incredible. And I would argue this is one of the better Detroit sports signings in a while.
No,
for real,
big
in
facts.
a while.
And Duncan has improved so much from his time in Michigan, you know, going to the Miami Heat, becoming one of their all-time leading shooters. And shout out to Big Trav in the chat, Travis Maddox. Duncan is so good at setting screens and moving off ball, which we talked about before the season started. But you see him in Cade's sets, they're perfect, man. I totally agree. With Beasley, it was more free form. Like, he was such a great shooter, but oftentimes it takes away from the floor of the offense. He holds on to the ball too long. You don't get that with Duncan Robinson, man. He gets his buckets within the flow of what's naturally going on, and that only helps Cade and some of those other guys, you know. But no, Duncan's been amazing.
I got a question.
Yep.
I got a question. Like for all us basketball 101 people, who's a guy like? So you brought up Malik Beasley. Would he be a guy that got hunted? Who are guys on this roster that other teams hunt? Because it makes sense.
Hey, Jalen Duren and Beef Stew. That's two right there. Because Jalen Duren would get these silly fouls early in ball games, and, you know, that would kind of limit him and what he can do in the second half. He's definitely one of them. In terms of guards, I mean, you can pick your poison, but definitely those two were targets.
So, and obviously because of what Darren and Stewart are doing, they're staying away from that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he's been better.
Yeah, and Ivy is one that's still got some work to do, like on the defensive end, and you know he's missed like a year, you know. So, and we forget, man. Like we forget when this team was losing 60+ games, we talked about it, but I don't think we realized it. You had teenagers. You had like a team full of teenagers out there, man. Like Jalen Duren's what, 22 right now?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said? Like, he's 22 right now,
He
man.
got a lot to go.
You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. And I was guilty of it as much as anybody else. Like, you have teenagers in a men's league, and you guys laugh at me all the time because, like, I have a ton of respect for James Harden. But, like, that goes to show you the caliber of player that is in this league. You know what I mean? It's just you have to figure this league out, and it's going to take a couple years.
Yeah.
Like, look at the leap that Duren's made this year. He's 22.
He ain't even close to his prime.
Cade. No, like, and neither is Cade.
Yeah.
You know, like, think about that. Like, wait till Cade Cunningham adds the old man element to his game. You know how when guys hit about their 6th or 7th year in the league and they got it all figured out finally?
Yeah.
Right? They know all the little tricks of the trade. They know how to get a guy on their hip and drag them along and initiate contact and all that. Like, wait till Cade gets it fully figured out. Like, it's just, D-Mac, it's exciting, dude. It is very, very exciting. Spenny and I talked about it yesterday, and you guys have heard me do it. You've heard Spenny do it. Like, I glaze Tom Gores. I do. Because it is exciting having an owner that you know will click the pen at any moment. If there is an opportunity, he will click the pen without a hesitation. That is exciting because we don't have that in this town with everybody. You know what I mean?
I also have a question. Is the NBA, and what I mean by that, the officials, are they starting to give Cade more, like, you can't give him worse treatment.
Absolutely.
The benefit of the doubt.
Are they giving him the star? Is like,
He's
has
getting
he
superstar
arrived?
treatment.
Here's my analogy of it. he's getting treated like the rest of the stars, so he's arrived.
I would say it's been better. Like it's not all the way there, but it's been.
I'm saying it's all the way there.
You think so?
I see the way that they're treating him, the way that they're giving him these calls. Andrew Nemhard pulled the chair on him last night in a perfectly executed play, and they called the foul on him, and it wasn't a foul at all. Like, he did exactly what you're supposed to do.
Last year would have been a foul on Cade.
Last year they would have just been a turnover.
Yeah.
And we've seen him getting to the line, we've seen him getting downhill. He's getting the benefit of the doubt. Where I remember a big moment that I saw, I was like, oh, okay, so he's on that next level with the refs now, was when Hollins for Milwaukee, who is a breakout player this year, or Rollins, I'm sorry, he's averaging like 20-something. He averaged 6 last year. He went up at Cade, and Cade fouled him when he was going to the rim. But he got the block too. They didn't call the foul. He came down with it and he took it in transition. And Rollins pissed off, yelling at the ref. And I was like, oh, okay, that's the level of it. All right, you're having a good year, kid. But this is a Nike featured athlete, and we're not calling that a foul on him. We're giving him.
Can
a
I have
block.
a bell right there? Because that's where I was going with that. Does it have anything to do with the shoe deal, Neal?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
You big time now. You got a signature shoe.
Yeah.
No, I get it, but I
Yeah.
mean, so that's also good, right, guys?
Oh,
Finally?
absolutely. He's getting there.
He gets treated the way he should.
Yeah, and DMAC, it goes back to I'll give you the wrestling analogy. Does it matter when they have a belt? When they have a belt, if you're the Intercontinental Champion, if you're the Heavyweight Champion, your arc is scripted differently. It just is.
Absolutely.
You're the name brand. That's what it is. And I know we're kind of late for the breaks, Penny, so I'm gonna get there in a second. But I did want to take a look at something real quick, just to kind of give everybody kind of a cross comparison. Cade Cunningham is up to over 8 free throw attempts per game this year. So it's not SGA level, but it's SGA ballpark. Like SGA averages about 9.5 free throws.
It's getting better.
Yep.
What was last year?
No
2, 3? I mean, there'd be
and a
times they'd be in the fourth quarter and he hadn't been to the line yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So again,
at least half,
it's there.
Good.
Yeah, they're doing good. The moral of the story is they're doing good team stuff, and they're taking control of basketball games. Gunny, Duncan, his drives to the bucket are underrated as well. Mike G, KG, I'm going to need you on this one. Mike G, Duncan has a nice fade too. Your thoughts, KG?
I told you his fade is sitting at about a 7 to 8. I think he is getting it on the east side. It might be do him a little good if he came on the west part of the state. But hey, it's working for him because early in ball games he is a knockdown shooter, and I've loved seeing that from him so far.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, let's do this. I know we're a couple minutes late for the break, so let's step into that and talk about Jack's Car Wash, everybody. That is right. Hey, it looks like it's raining out there, right? So Neal Ruhl here for Jack's Car Wash. If you go to jackscarwash.com, take a look at their subscription packages. If you say you get your car washed twice a month, that's pretty average, right? For right around that same price, you could have a subscription package. And once it gets done raining, you could go right back to the car wash. And it doesn't matter because you can go as many times as you want. Again, go to jackscarwash.com, check out those subscription packages. If you want to try Jack's Car Wash, if you haven't yet, text WSN to 888-522-1729. Over 40 locations in Michigan. Redeem your free Jack's Car Wash. Use the free vacuums, the free compressed air, and of course the hand towel drying service as well. Give it a try. Jump on jackscarwash.com. Give the gift of Jack's Car Wash for the holidays as well.
And let me tell you about Wicked Pickle. Make sure you guys check it out. And don't miss the Woodward Heavyweights broadcasting live from Wicked Pickle on January 9th, Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. You can check it out. And we're also doing the Woodward Sports Pickleball Open. Register today at pickleballtournaments.com for a chance to compete and maybe even take down some of your favorite Woodward Sports personalities. Check it out. Wicked Pickle, 10 climate-controlled courts, and a chill lounge with cold drinks. It's Metro Detroit's hottest indoor pickleball spot, Wicked Pickle.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Art and Jakes.
Art and Jakes, everybody. You guys know what it is. We've been out there for the Lions watch parties. Phenomenal place. Absolutely phenomenal place. I've been knowing about it, though, long before they were a part of Woodward. I hang out at the one sometimes in Shelby, sometimes the one in Washington Township. They have an elite menu, not a good menu, an elite menu. And yes, they have all the sports on, UFC fights, all of it is there for you. And they have the smash burgers and the wings and like the kind of like the football food. But if you want to level up with your menu, shrimp tacos, they have tuna on the menu, all of it. And guys, here's a little secret about Art and Jake's. Your bill is going to be a little bit less than the chain wing places that are so great for sports. No, Art and Jake's is the boss when it comes to sports bars. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor. All right, we are back at it. Neal Ruhl. I'm here in Montana for Oakland basketball. We play Montana tonight. We get to come home tomorrow just in time for the Thanksgiving holiday. I will be out tomorrow. Spenny, I think I let you know Anson's going to be stepping in for me right around the time Dr. Pierce comes in.
Justin will be.
Yes, Justin.
Justin will be. Okay, young Justin will be. So there you go. All right. So D-Mac, you gotta carry the Dr. Pierce discussion, man. So that will be that.
Anything you want to know about on the injury front?
I just want to know about it's still a ridiculous concept to me that they played a game on Sunday and they play another NFL tackle football game on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like what are we talking about here, man?
Week,
like
man.
It's insane to me. So ask him about that, D-Mac. My question, hey, Neal had a question, Doc. Is it insane to you that they play an NFL tackle football game on Sunday and then 3 days later play another one? Is that insane to you? So I'm curious to get his answer on that.
There's got to be major ramifications. I wonder what the Live Sports Bureau is like injuries on, coming from Sunday into Thursday off a short week like that. I'll ask. Yeah, we'll get into it.
It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Spenny, I'm going to put you on the spot right here because I saw that you had the clip of Aiden Hutchinson talking about the team's slow start. And I haven't seen this clip yet. And I think that as we go into this game, because you guys know where I am yesterday, I will continue to do it with D-Mac. This is the biggest Thanksgiving Day game that I can remember probably in my life. For real. Like the stakes of what's on the line, who the opponent is, all of it. And I'm not far off. I might be wrong, but I'm not that wrong about it. So
yeah, it's up there.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious to hear it, Spenny. Aiden Hutchinson on the Lions' slow start.
We found ourselves with a couple losses early, and I think right now we are just head down, grinding these wins out, and really just focused on the next game, and that's the Packers, and focused on being 1-0 this week. And really, I think if we adopt that mentality, it will serve us in the end. And I think going to the playoffs, when we are hitting our stride, going into the playoffs, that's the most ideal time to do that.
So I go to you, D-Mac, on that, because I think Aiden Hutchinson just described me and my take on the Lions this year. And you guys have heard me, and certainly on the pregame show, I've talked about it with Sean as well. And I don't want to try to sound like cliche, but as I've looked around what's gone on in this league, and I saw on Sunday Philadelphia lose a 21-0 lead to the Cowboys and ultimately lose the game. And I thought to myself, what if that happened to the Lions? Where would we be as a fan? We would be despondent. We would be broken. And what Hutchinson just talked about, winning this week and winning this game this week, I've kind of adopted that like as a fan, for real, like my fandom with the Lions, where like that Giants game, I know there was a segment of people out there that were like, I keep telling you this team can't do it, and look at the problems that they're having. Again, there's problems all over this league for every single team there is. And all I care about, D-Mac, all I care about is winning that game Thursday because it's so big. I'll deal with the rest of it later. And so, D-Mac, this is where I lean on you. You had teams where you knew going to the playoffs was a given. You guys knew that. So it was all about how do we get into the spot to hit the playoffs going. And Aiden Hutchinson just brought that up. So, D-Mac, I defer to you. Is there a process to that? There's got to be a process to that, right?
No, I think it's more of the mindset, and each game. Like you nailed it as far as this is one of the biggest Thanksgiving games that's been played here because of implications, right? So the implications to the Detroit Lions team is the tough, rough road it would be to not, well, I guess, Neal, first question is if they lose this game, are you worried about them making the playoffs then? Does it put them that behind, or is it just because of the NFC and the NFC North dominance?
I think for me, D-Mac, what it is just the general stakes of it. If Green Bay loses this game, they'll be out of the playoffs. Like Green Bay, right? Whoever everybody's been glazing all year long. Like D-Mac, this is the biggest stakes we've seen in a long time. You're not dead if you lose it. You're not dead. But life gets really, really difficult, and you're essentially playing for your life week to week after that.
So I think what Aiden Hutchinson was talking about was the focus long term, right? Because they've already been through and they realize what happens when you have the best seed and have home field advantage. And not saying that they don't want it, right? Because they do. They want to win every game and stuff like this. But really, it's about getting to the playoffs. And like I said, yeah, get to the playoffs and be healthy, right? Where all this other thing, just like Phil, I'm going to stick to that. But to this game, and because of the way you just pulled out the last game, and because of the way it's sort of been mishmash, and there's questions at different times on all facets of this team, special teams, offense, defense, you name it, you can question. Like, these questions are real, right? So the best part is you get to go out and play a game. And this game, that could change it. Now, we lost last year at Thanksgiving, correct?
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
We won last year.
Oh, we did win?
We lost 2 years ago to the Packers.
Okay, so there it is. You also have that taste in your mouth as far as like losing them. You don't let them come in. We just started taking dominance, even though we didn't win this year, but had going into Green Bay and breaking that slump of winning at Lambeau. Don't let them think that they're comfortable like they sort of used to be in Detroit. So I think it's focus. I think, this game is attrition, right? Who's going to end up with like how many guys, on the field? Because you see, and I think what you nailed, Neal, is that can we agree that the dominance in the NFL isn't what it has been in past years? Like it's sort of a crapshoot, right? Right now, would you not say so? In saying that, you can set yourself up so much better than having to fight uphill. But I think that what Hutchinson was talking about is that, it's not about finishing, 14-3 or whatever like that. It's getting to the playoffs, playing your best, hitting on all cylinders. And to me, it's being healthy too. So it's that built to that. And he's just saying, yeah, we haven't been good enough without saying we haven't been good enough.
Absolutely. Gold Crown is good enough, though. I know that for a fact. Anybody will tell you that.
Absolutely. And why not take it from me? How would I know? All right, guys, let's talk about something that takes your chill game to championship level. Gold Crown. You know the slogan, smoke like royalty. Gold Crown is a Michigan brand through and through with some of the finest cannabis products in the state. Whether it's their Gold Crown gummies packed with flavor and effects that'll keep you vibing, or their infused Jester pre-rolls that hit harder than a Lions linebacker. Gold Crown is all about giving you top shelf quality without the royal price tag. All rise for the reign of royal highs, only with Gold Crown.
Big Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walking Any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, enjoy a haircut, scalp massage, hot lather, neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Take advantage of the $20 haircut special. Just scan the QR code up in the corner today. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
All right, keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. I'm live in Montana, Missoula, Montana. As a man, I can't believe it either. Darren McCarty is here in the house as well. We have KG, we have Spencer Raxter. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, you want to skip the line, use the super chat. It is a Rest in Peace Tuesday. We will get to that coming up right around noon. As always, brought to you by Art and Jake. Shout out to them. But yeah, we'll get the Rest in Peace on. I think it's time that I can move forward and officially bury somebody, and you guys will probably get mad about it, but I have some data that's pretty stunning. So God. We'll just leave it at that.
Leave me alone. If it's involving me, leave me alone.
Okay. Hey, KG, just real quick.
No.
No, you know what? I'll save it. I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait because I do want to get into I do want to get into Tate Ratledge. It's weird. Like, okay, I'll save it. Okay, Lions Packers. Lions Packers. Look, I talked about the stakes and what they are, and rarely do I kind of get into this, but I do believe it's a storyline, and I haven't heard this from Tate Ratledge either, but it's another angle to this football game. Tate Ratledge talked about the get back against the Packers. I'm fascinated to hear this.
How much is this group, this offensive line, how much have you grown since week one in Green Bay?
I mean, personally, myself, a lot. I mean, week one in Green Bay was probably the worst game I ever played in my life. So kind of just learning from that was a good learning experience for me, and then moving forward from it. And we got to keep Jared clean. Yeah. I mean, that's where it starts every game. You got to keep him clean. If you keep him clean, he's going to do good things. So, and we got to get the run game going every game. And we know with these backs we have, we just have to give them a crease, and they'll do the rest.
So that's a part of it. It sounds like it's personal to him because of the way we played. I have a question for the room. Are we being fair with Tate Ratledge? Because we all, to a man, talk about what's the biggest difference in the eye test with this team from last year to this year. Interior offensive line. There's no question. But when you start putting it back together, like Tate Ratledge has played 10 games of NFL football in his life. I will put my hand up, and if you're a person of integrity, you will as well. I think my expectations of him are unfair, have been unfair, continue to be unfair. And with any rookie in any sport at any time, there's going to be peaks and valleys. And it's going to continue, especially at that position. Are we being fair to Tate Ratledge? For real?
I think what you want is, have we seen improvement? And obviously, like, the self-awareness, that's what I always preach, and he's self-aware. Now, there has been, but there's been breakdowns at different times. But, I mean, is it anything different than what, the rest of 90% of first-year offensive linemen, face. So, I mean, do I think that he's getting abused and stuff like that? No, I think he makes some rookie mistakes. But I also think he's good enough and he's counted on enough, whether it's because of injuries or because, Ragnow's gone and they move and glide, whatever else. But I think he's done an admirable job, right? And I think it's just one of these things that you're going to have to accept with youth. I think Spenny, and I was going to ask you this, right? Because Penny Sewell's not healthy.
No.
Right? And so we saw it earlier in the season, like after week 1, when Penny was the healthiest of Tate Ratledge's game next to him, sort of, was better, those mistakes, because the veterans have to pick, in any sport, right? They have to pick up the slack for the rookies because they don't know. And I think that the injuries on the offensive line or the way that they're beat up, like everyone else's is, and stuff like this, it puts a spotlight more on some of the mistakes, right? And they're glaring mistakes. And here's the one thing: when our guards and our offensive line makes a mistake, what happens? They get to our quarterback. Our quarterback doesn't escape or whatever like that. He does. Sometimes he's able to move around and stuff like that. But that's what everybody tries to do, is get him off his spot, because he's on his spot. He makes his passes. So there's no bailing out. Other teams, other quarterbacks who have a mobile guy like in, Buffalo or Baltimore or whatever, that can save your offensive line when he makes a mistake. So I don't think really, I think you nailed it, Neal. Your expectations were too high, and maybe we all had higher expectations because of where he came from.
I think it's realistic to have high expectations, and I believe he's lived up to those high expectations. Like, I think if you really want to grade and judge offensive line, you got to break down the tape and look at what these guys are doing individually, because coming into this game against the Giants, he was back-to-back weeks allowing a 0.0 pressure percentage per NFL Next Gen stats. So he didn't allow a pressure in 2 straight weeks. He wasn't the one getting beat against the Giants. That was Yodi. He was getting worked big time, and it was because they were putting Dexter Lawrence on Tate Ratledge, and it was Tate Ratledge and Graham Glasgow double-teaming Dexter Lawrence, and then it was one-on-one matchups against Yodi, and he was not winning those matchups. So I think Tate's been very, very good, especially over the past about 4 or 5 weeks of the season. He's been elite at that position, and you could tell in the run game they're getting work. Like, where did they run the ball? They ran the ball in between Penei Sewell and Tate Ratledge for that game winner. So you know that's going to be there. He has been very good in pass coverage over the past about 5 weeks. And, his first game, like you said, that was probably the worst game of football he's ever played in his life. And he's bounced back swimmingly since then, and he's been arguably the second best offensive lineman on the team pretty much the whole year.
Yep, and that's accurate, and it tracks. But there are going to be valleys. He's going to go against guys that have the tricks, built up. They have an arsenal of tactics and moves built up, and they're going to win. They're going to win some of the time. They just are. So I thought that I put it on him. I think we put it on him that he was just going to appear from Georgia, be dropped in there, and you won't even remember Frank Ragnow was here and stuff like that. And I think we were kind of foolish in retrospect. Calling myself out, 100%. Calling myself out.
And Neal, what did you say about Cade Cunningham, 6 or 7 years? That's what we're playing against, guys, that they found their old man moves. And they found what their strengths are, and they've been there before. So, yeah, I'm lockstep with you, Spenny, as far as, like, you're grateful to have this guy where he's been put in, but it shows you there's deficiencies as a whole on the line that needs to be cleaned up.
I think the biggest part is that I don't think anybody in this room thinks that Tate won't be the guard and or center of the future for this team. Even as with some of the mistakes that he's made out there, yes, there have been some bad mistakes, but overall there's been nothing egregious to where I wonder about, okay, it's the personnel. They're going to need to go back in the draft and go get another guy. Like, I have no qualms that he will get it together, but like you said, it's just a learning process.
Yeah, but the trade-off of that is, if you do want to go that way, there's going to be moments, moments of uncomfortableness. Let's just say it like that. So, just kind of a recalibration, I guess. I got some super chats here to get caught up on. by the way. Woodward Sports, Super Chat, VTDET, from the locker room to the court, we them bad boys. Yeah, they've really embraced that too. They've done a good job. Young teams don't typically do that. You don't kind of adopt the culture of where they are and the franchise and all that. Dante 151 in the Super Chat. Can we stop hating on Karis LeVert and Tobias Harris? Dante, we can't, and I don't know why. Like, what? Tobias Harris, like, gets slander the second he misses a shot.
It makes no
sense.
And,
like, what? KG, that's you know what? If you want to boil it all down and break it all down, that's probably, of all, like, the triggers that Detroit sports fans have that are unreasonable, the Tobias Harris thing is the most unreasonable to me.
Without a doubt. He's been a net positive since being in the Pistons uniform, and I was somebody that heavily critiqued that move. But you got to get the proof is in the pudding. He's been a net positive for this team, and he's helped these young players grow even more, being the vet in the room.
No doubt. And again, just kind of bringing everybody behind the curtain, when I've traveled with the Pistons to do games, that's his role. Like, you can see it at breakfast, walking around, being with the guys. Like, it's very, very clear that he embraces that role. He wants to be here to do that role. That's why he came here, to do that role. And, yeah, the Tobias Harris slander is ridiculous.
It's stupid.
Flat out ridiculous. It is. And Karis LeVert's been good. Very good.
He's been playing better lately, for sure.
Yeah, as of late, man, he's been good. Like, he's done everything that like, I know it's not a like-for-like comp, but value-wise, he's done everything Dennis Schroeder's done. He hasn't played in the playoffs yet to make a big shot like Schroeder did. Yeah. But pound for pound, he's carried his weight, no doubt about it. Gordon Jones in the Super Chat. Duncan is a DJ Reader, Gleyber Torres type signing. Underrated, but unlocks the team in new ways. And that is a pretty good comp. Absolutely. BDDET talking about the Lions-Packers game. This is an Eminem lose yourself type game. There are stakes. No question about it. Gordon Jones in the Super Chat. DCC or CAS for the D1 state championship? I don't cover it like that, Gordon, so I don't know. Do anybody have anything on that? I actually don't. But
I don't. But it's hard to bet against CC in any way, shape, or form. they the standard, bro.
That is true. Sideless. Green Bay's injury report is worse than Detroit's. This game could be brutal for Green Bay if Gibbs goes off. Who is going to score for them? Micah? No, he won't score, but he'll get credit when they do score. PFF is going to unlock this new category called offensive points created defensively, and Micah Parsons will get the highest score in the history of PFF. Offensive points created defensively, Micah Parsons. He'll have a 99.4. It'll be the highest rating ever. Ryan's reaction to the Super Chat. Thanksgiving will get Goff back towards his averages. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, it's time to put people in the coffin. It is Rest in Peace Tuesday, brought to you by Art and Jake's. Yeah, we'll do that when we come back. Spetty, where are we going here?
D-Mex can tell us about Loom.
We're going to Loom. Start celebrating Green Friday now at Loom Cannabis Company. Stock up, spark up, and save big. It's our biggest blaze of the year. Score 42% off with promo code GET420. That's GET420. Plus huge deals on flower, carts, buzzing seltzers, and more. Hurry, offer ends November 30th. Some terms apply. Learn more at Loom.com.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well. Oh.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo.
Ah.
You're a saint.
All right, buddy. We'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. They got deals for everybody. Hit up my guy Goron. He'll get you out of the car you're in and into a new one, looking great, feeling great, fitting your budget. Hit him up. Go to lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl here in Montana with Oakland basketball. DMAC Darren McCarty back from his Ice Wars yesterday at the Shoresy game at LCA. Sporting the Shiner, but hey, I was told the ladies dig it.
That's it.
But yeah, Spencer Raxter, KKG in the building. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there if you got anything. We've been heavy Pistons, heavy Lions, Packers. Here's a baseball one in Wingnut 84. Did anyone else hear about Verlander possibly coming back?
I told you, the reunion tour, baby, it's on the way.
30%. Hey, Spenny, you check me if I'm lying. 30% of the people would rather the Tigers sign Verlander than Tarek Skubal.
That is true.
Right?
We're going to have a giant picture
30% of the
off.
people.
Just send off all of our
30% of the
pictures of the
people.
past and future.
Absolutely. So there you go. 30% of the fans of that watch the show would rather the Tigers sign Justin Verlander than Tarek Skubal. So sure, Wingnut. Yeah, absolutely. Bring them back. Why not? Woodward Sports, Super Chat, VTDT, ask Sean Payton nicely to trade for Quinn Miniers and move him to center. Yeah, I mean, if you ask him nicely, maybe he would do that. I don't know. Okay, it is Tuesday. It is time to put people in the sports coffin, not real life coffin, but in the sports coffin. It is Rest in Peace Tuesday. Oh, I love that sound. In peace. It is time. Spencer Raxter typically bats leadoff. I wonder where Spencer Raxter's going to go.
Yeah,
Spencer,
I know, right?
who you putting in the coffin? Brought to you by Art James.
This one's tough. You hate to see it. You hate to see it happen again, but I'm just going to have to rest in peace the Carolina Panthers, man. They're so close. They had first place in their sights. Got to win these types of games. Your defense forces 3 turnovers from Brock Purdy, but unfortunately you couldn't get it done, man. Rest in peace, Carolina Panthers. We hardly knew ye. Going back into the bucket. Maybe we'll pull them out next year. We'll see what happens, but unfortunately Carolina couldn't get it done.
Has this been the most burials in show history of one team?
Yes. Absolutely. It absolutely has. Woodward Sports chat thread, Nick Lucido, rest in peace to the Giants. So, Nick, it's officially over. That was Nick Lucido's last name to give. So, rest in peace to the Giants. But, Spenny, the Panthers had the shot. Who do they play next week, Spenny, so they can be back? That's the question I got to find out. I'm going to look right now, Spenny, so don't you worry about it. Because
So
I
the
have
Rams,
to know.
probably not coming back.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Put the lid on the casket.
What if they beat the Rams?
But if they beat the Rams, they're so
if
bad.
they beat the Rams, they more than bad.
That could, you know what? I'm kind of that's a spot game.
Oh, stop it.
Word.
Stop it. Trap game for the Rams. Stop it, bro.
It's a spot game. I got to see what the number is.
You ain't gonna get righted though.
I may. If this number's juicy enough, I'll fly right into the storm.
I'm calling you out. 100%. You ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, I'll fly right into the storm if need be. I'll work on Caesars. I'll get the number
No,
for that game.
Check's number. It was like hell no. That's what that was.
If they got it on some bullshit like it's 3.5, no. Like I'm gonna need to be compensated. I'm gonna need to be compensated to get that number. So, internet load. Okay, here we go. So, the Rams at the Panthers. Next week, the early line is Rams Panthers. There it is. Rams 10.5. Right now, get right. Carolina Panthers. Get right.
We got him.
Get right.
Spenny's dropping flowers off at the grave and doing a seance. What's going on?
Right. They gonna win by 24,
Get
but
right.
hey, shout out, man.
Get right. Okay. So there, KG. Now go ahead. Ask your next question. KG, who you putting in the coffin?
I am here to bury another NFL team that we were very, very fond of earlier in the season, but I mean, all the signs are there. It is over for Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. God damn. What a ride, man. What a ride they took us on. Go ahead, Neal.
I was told that the Lions were a Baker Mayfield away from the Super Bowl. And now you're telling me that they're dead and it's over and they might not make the playoffs?
Neal, you were more than lied to. You damn near got ear raped. Like it's an all-time collapse by them. But I mean, they the little engine that could, man. All season long, you want to believe in the story, and Baker's awesome. He's a MVP candidate, and what happens? Injuries, more injuries, and now Baker's gone down. It's over, man. But it was a nice ride, though. I was really rooting for him, but they're dead.
They were 6-1 coming into Ford Field, and I was told the Lions are a Baker Mayfield away. Odd. All right, D-Mac, who you putting in the coffin courtesy of Art and Jakes?
Well, I think that the number one plot in the cemetery goes to the Carolina Panthers, and Spenny's been putting flowers on them all throughout the consistency of his.
Squidward's hopes and dreams.
But the second biggest one is I haven't put the flowers on them, and I can't take it anymore. Right? Is what Michigan State football. Bro. Please do something.
DOA.
I can't watch you blow another lead or give false pretenses or whatever's going on there. So I know whatever the coach, just do some please, because it is becoming absolutely despicable in my opinion. Honestly, the only equivalent is the Giants. Right? The New York Giants.
That's fair.
Well, so I'm done. I haven't been to the plot. Today I'm going to lay the flowers on that. Like, we need something new. Like, I have way more hope in the Carolina Panthers having some rebirth than Michigan State, and it's only
game out of first place.
It's only going to get worse. Spenny, like, that's where we're at right now. It's just like,
I don't know if it can get much worse than this.
I thought that last week.
Bottom. They are at rock bottom.
No, D-Mac. I was at my brother-in-law's 40th birthday extravaganza on Saturday night, and they're pretty much all Michigan State people, a lot of Michigan State alums, and they had the game on the TV, and you knew how, and they all sat there. Michigan State fans are lionized now. They are 100% SOS lionized because they watched it happen. They knew it was going to happen. They watched it happen. They turned the channel to another game, and everyone went on about their night. There was no discussion about it, none whatsoever. Like Spenny,
I was pretty beaten up, not gonna lie.
Yeah, but they knew it was going to happen, and they just sat there and watched it, accepted it, and went on about their day. It is literally the depth of the Lions' despair era, where you just show up, you take it, and you compartmentalize it, and you move on. Like that's 100%. That's 100% what it is. All right, last but not least, my rest in peace, brought to you by Art and Jakes. J.J. McCarthy, rest in peace as an NFL quarterback. Rest in peace as an NFL quarterback. You want some metrics on it? Now ranks 851st out of 852 in EPA per dropback among qualified passers since 2000. The only player worse metrically, the only player worse is Jamarcus Russell.
I was going to guess.
Think about that for a minute. The only player worse is Jamarcus Russell. That's the arc he's on. This isn't me being a Michigan hater or being a J.J. McCarthy hater. This is you guys hating math. You hate math. He's awful. He's not playable. And all of a sudden, weird. JJ's hurt again. That's odd, right? Justin Jefferson, get out. Get out while you can. Save your cereal, Justin Jefferson. Save your J-Jettis flakes. You need to save it. You only get 48 flakes a week per serving now. You got to do something. He's unplayable, KG. Look at the numbers, KG. Don't tell me, oh, you got to give him time to grow. No, it's apparent what it is. What it is, KG.
So you're out. Like, fuck the fact that he's a rookie, all that, you out. All right?
100% yes.
All right, cool.
He's not a rookie.
We just want it on wax. Technically, he's a rookie. But...
Yeah. No, technically he's not, because he's received an NFL paycheck for 2 years now.
Yeah, true. He didn't play that first year, but that's fine.
KG.
Do they redshirt in the pros?
So, KG, you think he's going to be good?
What are you mad at me for? Why are you yelling, big dog? Because lower that tone in your voice, big dog.
Because you look at me and you go, so you're out then. Like, you're still in. So you're in then, right?
No, I never said I was in. I'm just asking you, are you out? That's all.
Are you out, KG?
Yeah, I mean, I was out the moment he went to Minnesota, but yeah, it is what it is.
No,
he got Neal
out
with his own.
as a player. Yeah, out as a player. Woodward Sports Super Chat, sideless. Rest in peace to the GM of the Vikings. The whispers in the North Star State is they want him gone. They are tired of the rolling rebuild. They want flesh.
He doesn't draft well.
I was told that they're set up.
No, Quincy Mensah does not draft well at all.
J.J. McCarthy is a flat-out winner. How can you be critical of that draft pick?
Yeah, well,
I was told by media in this town.
You know how teams are. They desperate for a quarterback, man, and sometimes you got to bite the bullet whether they're good or not. So it is what it is.
Ryan's reaction. I got my $100 in on the Carolina Panthers plus 10.5. Don't talk about it. Be about it, Ryan. And Ryan, I'll let you. When you show up to watch the show on Monday, after you've cashed your ticket on the Panthers plus 10.5, this is the spot game of all spot games. After you cash that ticket, I want you to laugh in KG's face. Just put the laughing emoji out there. Just laugh right in his face.
You're not doing nothing to me. That's cool. Like, I don't understand where you coming from, big dog.
All right.
That was straight for sure.
All right, you feel better about yourself? God damn.
I do. God damn it, I do.
Tell us about Sun Cruiser, Neal.
I'll tell you about Sun Cruiser. That makes me feel better. As a matter of fact, I had one last night at the Rhinoceros out here in Missoula, Montana. So I had one last night. They slap, man. It can be snowing outside, which it was. It still doesn't matter. We're always going to be on the Sun Cruisers. 4.5% alcohol, just 100 calories, and no bubbles, man. No carbonation. They're a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. I had the half lemonade, half iced tea yesterday, and it was good, like it always is. Sun Cruiser. Hey, if you go to the store, just get like a 4-pack and try it. Trust me, you won't regret it. Sun Cruiser.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Attention sports fans, don't miss expert sports injury insights from Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Catch Dr. Pierce every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursday on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, where he shares top-tier advice to keep athletes in peak condition. Trust the guy I trust, Dr. Jeff Pierce. He's here to help you stay in the game and perform at your best. Learn more at MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
All right, keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl. I'm in Montana. Young Justin will be stepping in for me coming up in about 10 minutes. Dr. Pierce will join the show as well. D-Mac, KG, Spencer Raxter back in the Birmingham compound. Woodward Sports chat thread. I had it and I lost it, but Freight Train J was in there, and people are talking about like great bits. Gunny says one of my favorite bits is Neal going in on KG for no reason.
They talking about your fucking verbal abuse towards the only black man in the studio right now.
KG, you're the Michigan fan, so you catch the flack of it, man. Like, that's the way that it works.
Because you're a hater.
People, and Spenny, you know what we need to do? We got to screenshot Armani's tweet. Like, we have to, and we have to keep it in the archives, and we have to just go to it every now and then.
That one was pretty bad.
Throughout the collapse. And for those that didn't see it, our guy, shout out Ryan Armani, he's our guy, put out a tweet that said after JJ got done throwing for 128 yards or whatever it was, JJ McCarthy is a flat-out winner. So, I didn't see any of those tweets from him this week. It was weird. I don't know what changed. But anyway, Freight Train J, rest in peace, Johnny Moe being sober this week. He's going to get drunk for Green Bay again. The Freight Train J, Johnny Morton's drunk, that's a good bit. It is.
No,
100%. Yep. Sideless in the super chat. Michigan fans should be happy. JJ's best years were with Michigan. Michigan made JJ. Without Michigan, he is not. Without JJ, without Michigan, JJ is nothing. So there's that as well.
Right.
Mike G, Minnesota going through buyer's remorse for sure. Mike G, you told me JJ's going to be good. You told me that, JJ. So now you've jumped ship. Says maybe JJ should switch to wide receiver. So there's that out there as well. All right, I want to do this real quick, D-Mac, since you're here.
Yeah.
And since KG's here as well.
Oh God!
I don't know because Friday's a Lions post game. There it is. Please leave that up forever. Please put that. You know what? When we sign off on the show, can you put that up as we sign off on the show? Like after we roll out. But anyway, KG, you're here. Friday's going to be the biggest Lions game of the season, no doubt. The biggest Thanksgiving Day game in decades, no doubt. It's going to take a lot of the bandwidth on Friday. I know it's early in the week. KG, where are you with Michigan-Ohio State? Is there a Michigan-Ohio State game this week? I was told there was.
Apparently it is on Saturday, and shout out to the gang. We will be down at what is it, Pioneer High School or some high school we'll be down at, but we'll be on campus, sponsored by Black Rock. So it'd be me, Justin, and Crash Out Nick. Shout out. And we're doing a whole Michigan pregame and watch party, man. So it should be fun. Live from Braylon's tailgate. So.
I'm gonna head out there also.
Hey, shout out.
Anybody who wants to come find me, I will be out there making some rounds, checking out the tailgate.
Okay. KG, now that you promoted that, back to the game. Are you aware that there is a football game between Ohio State and Michigan? Because I haven't heard any of your people say anything about it. Why is that?
Well, I mean, it's a big week. I mean, you got the Lions going into, like you said, their most important game. Pistons are kicking straight ass right now. Got a couple cup games this week, one on Friday, and then Saturday. I mean, people will wake up once that turkey wears off on Friday, and then they'll realize that there is a Michigan-Ohio State game going on. So. And what do you want from me? You want a score prediction or just my overall thoughts? What do you want from me, Master Ruhl? What do you want, Master?
Oh, that's aggressive, KG.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying, man. The verbal abuse I take on this show, I'm battered, man.
Just your take on it. Your take on the actual game.
I mean, it's the same as it was last year. I mean, you feel better because the quarterback situation, contrary to Neal's thoughts and beliefs, is a little bit better than what you had last year. But it's simple. If Ryan Day wants to go and try to out-tough Michigan, then Michigan has a chance. And I really believe in the Michigan defense this year. And they can create some problems for Ohio State offense. That's been a little bit, they've been good, don't get me wrong, but they've been at times inconsistent. But overall, if it's all on Ryan Day, what type of game does he want to play? Because that'll dictate how this game turns out.
So, if you want, like, D-Mac, and you'll appreciate this, the best outcome for the Big Ten is for Michigan to win. the best outcome for Ohio State would be for Michigan to win financially. Because if Michigan wins, they're in the playoff. And they'll come from nowhere. Watch and see. They put out the rankings tonight, right?
Yep.
You watch Michigan jump up probably to somewhere in the low teens, like 13, 14 for sure. USC losing was big. Michigan surely will be ranked ahead of USC, obviously. Yep. And they are clearing the way in case Michigan wins to put them in the playoff. And I would say, depending on how things shake out, if it's like a classic and they lose, they still would have an outside shot. Obviously, they would need some stuff to happen correctly. But the best outcome for the Big Ten is for Michigan to win and get a fourth team in the playoff. And if Michigan wins, if Ohio State were smart, they would let Michigan win to let them get in the playoffs because the conference gets another $25 million. For real. That's tinfoil hat shit. Like, I understand that. But it's also a fact. It's a fact, dude.
So, Neal, at this point, are you still a believer in something you've been preaching all season long? A 9-3 Michigan team can make the playoff depending on how the game shakes out.
Correct. It's got to be, like lose at the gun, lose by a field goal at the gun. They need to be winning during the course of the game too. Like, the game has to follow because they have the locked and loaded words that they can go to. They can talk about, with Michigan, you could talk about strength of losses in that scenario better than you can talk about pretty much anybody else. You can talk about coming in hot, even though they played like Maryland and Michigan State and stuff like, and Purdue. That doesn't matter. They can talk about the games that they've won. They haven't lost in over a month. They're coming into that Ohio State game. They'll talk about game control in the Ohio State game. They had the lead over the number one team in the country for, 19 minutes of the game or whatever it is. It's got to look a certain way. But yes, I do still believe, because I'm not sold that they're going to take an ACC team. Like, I'm not sold. Like, I know that people say if they win the ACC, whoever wins the ACC will get in. That's not necessarily the case. They're only required to take the 4 highest ranked conference champions. That's all they're required to do. So you assume Texas Tech gets in. That's the Big 12 team.
Yeah.
Obviously the Big 10. Obviously the SEC. And then you kind of go down the list there. They're not required to take someone from the ACC. And I think that the ACC is so mid that you tell me they're going to take Georgia Tech or Virginia and put them in the playoff? No. That's not going to happen. So yeah, KG, to answer your question, I do think that there is a shot that a 9-3 Michigan team that had game control over the number one team in the country. You guys are laughing, dude. Watch.
Neal, you don't think they're going to put
shit.
the winner of the ACC in the playoff?
Yeah, like
depending on who it is and how
it doesn't
shakes out,
matter
no.
who it is. If you win the ACC, you're going to the playoff.
They don't have to take you, Spenny.
But they will.
They don't have to take you. Let me see here, because just looking at it,
it's not a 4-team playoff anymore.
No, I understand that, but also at the same time, like, you have, so in the ACC right now, you have 3 teams at 6-1: Virginia, Pittsburgh, and SMU. Virginia's 9-2. Pittsburgh and SMU are 8-3. They're 8-3, man.
Yeah.
There's nobody worthy.
So if they win the ACC, they would win the ACC at 9-3. They're taking a 9-3 ACC champion over a 9-3 fourth place Michigan team. They would.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they?
Yes.
I think it's possible.
100% they would every single time.
I mean, but are they? Like Georgia Tech?
Justin, come talk some sense into your man's over here. He's still selling the Michigan can make the playoff at 3 losses.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
Come on.
If they beat Ohio State.
Oh,
they have to have
Ohio State?
They have to have game control in that game. No, but like it is like the ACC champion thing won't matter. Like it'll be 2 teams with 3 losses, and you know who's going to get the nod if it comes down to that.
The champion of the ACC is going to get the nod over the 4th Big Ten team. I know you don't think conferences matter or anything like winning the ACC matters. It does. It matters more than playing tight with Ohio State.
If Virginia wins it and finishes 11-2 or 12-2, then yeah, like they'll get in. But I'm not convinced of Virginia, winning and being 11-2 or 12-2, whatever the number is after they play the ACC championship game. So we'll see. The good thing about it is it'll play out.
Real quick, weather, any factor? Like what's the perfect condition for Michigan to win? Do you need it to be sloppy and snow? And
I'd prefer it. A sloppier game would benefit Michigan. I feel, especially with the defense.
No doubt. Something that evens the playing field. You know what I mean? That eliminates some stuff from the Ohio State's playbook. Yeah, for sure. Hurricane. If UVA wins out, you take 11-2 UVA. Yeah, no, I admit that. Hurricane. Yeah, if UVA wins out, then yeah, you're obviously going to take the ACC champion at 11-2. Beham 87, FSU won outright, and we didn't get them in. Remember? And I'm a Florida State fan. No, they can make up whatever terminology they want. They absolutely can. And I'm telling you, man, if they have the lead for a majority of that game or a good portion of that game, they will look into that camera and talk about game control and strength of losses. 100% they will. So
they're not making the playoffs though. If they lose to Ohio State, they have to beat Ohio State.
Yeah. Then who is? Justin? Like
whoever wins the ACC.
Yeah, we keep trying to tell you.
Not if it's not Virginia, man. Not if it's not Virginia. You're gonna have 9-3 teams.
Yeah, and one of them will be an ACC champion. The other one haven't beaten anybody. If you're a 9-3 team and you lost to the only 3 teams on your schedule, you're not making it in over an ACC champion. If they would have beat Oklahoma or if they would have beat USC, then you have that. But they didn't.
And they still will be one of the highest ranked conference champions, even with 3 losses. There's no way that they're behind UNT or Tulane. Like Pitt with the ACC championship would jump both of those teams. And UVA is already in front of them. I don't know how you could send a team outside of the ACC, a group of 5 team, knowingly to the playoff just to get Michigan in. That's not happening.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
What if it's SMU with losses to Baylor and a loss to Wake Forest? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't take them over Michigan.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Will. And they will.
No way. No. How could you?
Because they won the ACC and Michigan hasn't done anything.
Exactly.
You got to do something. You can't just beat Michigan State and be like, oh, we should be in. No, you have to beat somebody with a pulse.
Oh, but so you can beat you and you can lose to TCU, but you can beat Syracuse, you can beat Boston College, you can beat Louisville, you can beat Missouri State and East Texas A&M.
If you win the ACC, yes, you can.
So winning those games, like again, beating Syracuse, beating Stanford, beating Clemson.
Yes, if you are the ACC champion, it means more than not winning your conference. Yes.
Why?
Because that's what they're there for.
And also
what the conferences are there for?
Yes, to prop teams up.
The brand of Michigan isn't big enough to prop up who they're going to have to also take in this playoff if they drop the ACC champion. If they drop the ACC champion, that means your other conference champion that you're getting from the automatic bid is either UNT or Tulane. Why the hell would they put them in instead of UVA or even another SEC team? It doesn't, like, they would take an SEC and an ACC team over a Big Ten and a G5. That doesn't make any sense.
No, they have to take a G5 team. They have to. It's part of the playoff.
I understand. But they're going to take a second G5 team if they're a higher ranked than the ACC.
They are never going to.
That's what you're talking about, though. That is what you're talking about, though. Because in order to drop a team out of the playoff, 5 conference champions, the 5 highest ranked conference champions, are guaranteed a spot in the playoff. So where are you getting that 5th conference champion from if it's not from the ACC? It's from another G5. Because the Big Ten, the SEC, the Big 12 and the other G5 already have a spot locked up. So it's either the ACC or it's another G5. So pick which one you want, and they're not going to let in 2 G5s. You just said that.
No, you have to take the 4 highest conference.
No,
champions.
it's 5. It's 5. I just looked up the rule. It's 5.
Ooh.
Hold on. All right. Let me make sure I'm on my right stuff here because I remember saying it. Let me see here. Pulling it up. This is where AI oversteps its bounds, dude. Like,
don't blame
it is, man.
Damn clankers.
Yeah, dude. This is where AI oversteps its bounds. Stop being so predictive and just come through.
Man. I set you up.
Yeah. The 4 highest ranked teams will receive top seeds in the 12-seed playoff. The 5 highest ranked conference champions will also earn automatic wins. So yeah, the four highest seeded teams. But they don't have to take the ACC champion. They don't.
But they have to take somebody.
They have to take somebody though.
Right.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you take a chance?
It's not going to be Michigan.
Right.
Okay, guys, we'll see. If Ohio State was smart, though, they would. The moral of the story is, if Ohio State was smart, they'd let Michigan win so they could get $4 million.
They let Michigan win.
Old Neal Ruhl.
I mean, he's low-key right, though. Getting another team in helps you line your NIL collective.
No,
so
for sure.
It's not a bad play.
You get $25 million per berth.
No, but don't set that up because if Michigan beats Ohio State, they took the fall so they could get money for the Big Ten. I ain't trying to hear that shit out of Neal. I'm not trying to hear nothing. If they beat Ohio State, I'm coming in here on all bullshit and you got to deal with it. So I don't want to hear it.
So what are you going to do if they lose?
They were supposed to win.
Be a wash.
Right. It was always going to be a wash.
There we go. We land the plane. All right, let's go to the break, everybody.
I can't stand you, Mr. Ruhl. I can't.
KG, the walking backdoor cover.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, sure. Me. That's me.
The walking backdoor cover. It was always going to be a wash.
I learned from the best, big dog.
Where are we going? Ben Johnson Law, everybody. Hey, look,
man.
You need the fighter on your side. If we're being serious right now, we're talking about justice. Whether that's a settlement, whether it's the verdict, whatever your justice is, get the fighter on your side. Get benfights.com. Get tough, tenacious trial lawyers to get the result you have to have. Ben Johnson Law, the fighter.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Welcome to the jungle. Head to Jars and get your hands on Jungle Juice, a bold, high-performance cannabis brand where raw power meets rugged innovation. They've got a full range of products from pre-rolls, flour, and vapes to edibles like chocolates, gummies, and sugar cone snacks. Check out the Jungle Juice infused pre-roll line. It hits hard and comes in 12 different strains to choose from. You can find Jungle Juice in over 200 dispensaries across Michigan, including your local Jars. Follow them on Instagram at GetJungleJuice and experience the power for yourself.
Welcome.
You got it? Go ahead.
Welcome to Big D Energy. I am Justice Atawa, recently filling in for the scratch of Neal Ruhl. I have Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion to my left. Shout out to him as always. Shorzy was, I saw it, looked electric last night. We got KG and Spenny holding it down in the booths. Where we going, D-Mac? What are you trying to chop it up about?
Well, I think as we wait for Dr. Pierce and stuff like that.
I believe Dr. Pierce is not coming today.
He's not. Well,
No.
you know what? Spenny, what do you think? We can continue some Lions things and save, but I do, since I do have the Woodward Wings guys here in Spencer Raxter and Justin Satawa, I think it would be a great time to talk hockey. So I didn't know if you wanted to do another segment of football and then do some hockey, or
no? Let's do some hockey.
Let's
now.
do hockey.
Let's do hockey.
Yeah.
Talk
baby,
fucking
come
hockey. I got
down
a question
20. There
for
we
you,
go.
D-Mac.
Oh, lost
because
8 right there off the rip. See you guys.
Last night was
8 for you.
Last night they lost that game. The Devils didn't win that game. They lost that game. They were the better team. In the second and third period, they were dominating the Devils in time of possession, in shot attempts, winning puck battles, playing great. But the first period has been the Achilles heel of the Red Wings so far this year. They are last in the NHL in goal differential the first period at -12, and they had 2 goals in the last 2 minutes allowed in that first period that really dug them the hole. That was hard to get out of, even with how well they played in the second and third. What can the Red Wings do to change up their approach to that first period and to kind of try to jump on a team? You got the Preds coming in tomorrow. It's a very winnable game. How can they attack that first period?
Well, I think it's the awareness of where you're at, and with every stat on stat in every sport these days, right? And here's the self-awareness is like, I bet you right now that's all Todd McClellan is preaching. And it's not good enough. You know, not only, right? So the slow start is one thing that if you get down a goal, it's always tough to keep coming back from. But the biggest thing is you never want to. Scotty Bowman hockey was no goals against in the first minute or the last minute, right? And I think that's sort of universal to whatever it is. That's the things they got to clean up. Now, we've talked about it earlier that they've cleaned up holding on to leads right at the end of the game, but now it's sort of like the end of the game holding on to the lead is holding a lead and getting off to a good start. So you keep preaching it as a player. Maybe you change your routine up a little bit. I think it's something. What I've noticed in those games too is a little bit undisciplined early, right? And the PK hasn't risen to the occasion as it had earlier in the season, and other teams are scoring. You look at like the last few games, you get down 5-on-3. It's tough in this league. It's tough. It was tough in my game, right? Yeah. 20, 30 years ago, get down 5-on-3 with these talented guys. Right. Today's day and age, the way they move the puck, the way the systems are, they're like, so you're absolutely shooting yourself in the foot. Like Spenny, you nailed it though. They did it to themselves. Yeah. Right? When is the last time we've talked about, right, all our teams, and especially like the Red Wings, right, losing games because of their actions, not because the other team outclassed them and was a lot better than them. So that's something to work forward to. But when you look at New Jersey, and to me, New Jersey's just a slight ahead of you. Yeah. Right? And the way that they've played. So they're trying to get to the other level. I think that what you saw at the end of the game, and then you can show the picture against Spenny if you want, of Heischer, their captain, and Larkin, ours, squaring off center ice. Like, there's a care. And I think that's the one thing that you're seeing, because these guys playing for each other, and we've seen it more of them coming together, this Red Wing team. So it's not about fights and being tough and stuff like that. It's being responsible and being able to come out and to change this. So to answer your question, I think it's number one priority on that chalkboard to whatever is we got to wake up and come out on time. When we ran into things like this is grind line go. Yeah. This was like we had to set, and that was setting the tone. So, and a lot of it to me is the undiscipline that follows along with it, which leads to, in this league, you're not going to be able to kill off penalties, especially early in a game, and especially on the road. Yeah. Right? Especially on the road. It's just a double no-no. So, yeah, the competitiveness in the game, and they were in it. Raymond had a good chance at the end. They kept coming. But, again, give props off to Jersey.
Those early penalties, I feel like, is kind of what made that first period so sour, because for the first couple minutes, they were controlling the pace. They had the first couple shots of the game. I believe they were up 4-0 at the first PK that they ended up having to kill off, and I feel like that just completely killed their momentum. So the discipline for sure. But me and Spenny, in the first game of the season when they were getting killed by the Canadians, we had a big issue with just the level of care like you just talked about. But this team, they care, but they care at the right times. They waited. They didn't do it when they were trying to mount the comeback, when they had all the momentum. They continued to try to score that goal to win the game, but once the game was over and they continued the extracurriculars, that's when it became not okay. That's when they stepped up and they decided that it was a good disciplined time to take some runs at some dirty Devils players who were also cheap shotting in front of the net the entire game.
Yeah, I like the way they sort of stand up to each other. It goes back to like blowing the tire, right? Like this team, it's like they can be rolling. And somebody asked, Ken Cal, actually, voice of the Red Wings, asked me the other day, and I think it's a trust thing, because it's not the effort, but what happens when teams get them running around is they try to do everybody else's job. Yeah. Justin, you know this. It's minor league hockey as you're teaching is your responsibility here, and that guy don't go off and try to do somebody else's job, because nobody's doing both your jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, the puck chasing, but that's the NHL. Puck possession, and you're gonna go. I watched a shift, Marco Kasper's line chased around, I don't know who it was at home the other day, for like a minute and a half, but kept them on the outside, and it's when they start trying to do each other's jobs. So the discipline, the effort's there, the care is there. It's just being smarter.
And that's why the fourth line's playing a lot better as well, like, because they actually have guys who are veterans who know how to play a system, know how to play a role. Like last year we had guys a lot of young players who weren't ready to play in that role, or even not skilled enough in the Austin Watsons of the world. Shout out to him, he's still, a grinder, and we appreciate his service. Yeah, however, now you have, Kopp was your second line center last year, and now he's playing on your fourth line, really bringing up that bottom six to a level they were not even remotely close to last year.
Well, that's what you need, because where it comes down to, as you solidify this, is where's your secondary scoring.
You still need more of it.
100 million%. Like you love to see it. When anybody worried about the cat, once he gets hot, he's and him in the middle of the spit, like that's when right? And you look at the guys, because they care about each other, and so we'll hope great game tomorrow night, great get right game, as they say. So
gravy boat game.
Oh, that is the gravy boat game.
And I'm locking Lucas Raymond anytime goal in this one, because he got absolutely crushed in the middle of the ice, right in front of the referee, a blatant interference in the third period in a 1-goal game, and it wasn't called.
Balinger?
Yeah, and like I look at that as I heard him talking about the broadcast, like intent to injure. I'm not going that far. It was a cheap shot, but that's a call that Lucas Raymond has to get, because you look at, he is the best forward on the best team in the Atlantic Division in a 1-goal game in the third period. You got to give him that call. I think he fired the bucket into the locker room after that. He was pissed off coming down the hall. That's why Larkin was getting into it, because they were cheap shotting him. And you don't have your big, Simon Edmondson back there to protect you in front of the net. So guys are getting beat up a little bit, and guys are open in front of the net for them. So you need Edmondson to get back and to take care of business. But man, I liked seeing them get a little gritty, and I liked seeing Raymond pissed off, because he should have got that call. And they should have, even without the call, they should have scored. They were getting good pressure on the net. So hopefully he can go out there. He can use that aggression, use that anger, and point it at the Predators on Wednesday.
No,
you're going to have to pick up a win. And the way that this Atlantic Division, not even the Atlantic Division, the Eastern Conference as a whole, man, just a gauntlet. 1 point separating, 5-6 teams that are all in the playoff contention. It's insane. Got to continue to win games. And most importantly, win games at home.
What have you done for me lately?
Yep.
Exactly. It's an every night league.
It is.
All right, let's go to break here. We'll come back. We got Dr. Pierce in the house, so we'll talk about the Detroit Lions trying to bounce back in very short notice, going up in Thanksgiving against the Green Bay Packers. But first, let me tell you about Mad Packs. Go to getmadpacks.com, find a store near you, carry the best product in the game, whether it's the high-low pre-rolls, the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas, the THCA Blizzard Pack Fused Moon Rocks, or any of their top shelf strains. Go to getmadpacks.com, find it at a store near you. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs. Justin, can you tell us about Buddies?
Absolutely, I can tell you about Buddies, because Buddies has to be on your holiday list this season, because you can get a $50 gift card and then score a free 4-topping pizza yourself. So if you're, a little canny with your holiday shopping, you get the gift card and you eat the pizza yourself. Boom, free pizza and a gift for your loved ones. Make sure you can
You
dine
said that
in.
from experience.
Yeah, I can confirm or deny that I have or have not done this at Buddy's Pizza, but you can also hit them up for your catering needs. Holiday 20, get 20% off your $200 order or more. View Buddy's catering menu at buddyspizza.com/cater.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Looking to upgrade your relaxation game? Check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest with the top brands for massage chairs like Infinity and Osaki, located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Welcome back to Big D Energy. I am Justin Satawa, and I'm joined by 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty. We got KG and Spenny holding down the boots, but we are joined by the one, the only, Dr. Jeff Pierce, our injury insider, and D-Max got some questions for the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Yeah, I think we were talking to Neal, who's off gallivanting in Montana, in the mountains of Montana.
Rough job.
But this is the time of year where, like in the NFL, you got a game on Sunday, and then you got to revamp again for that Thursday game. And we were talking off break about, Dan Campbell's comments on that. But from the doctor's perspective, maybe just touch on how what would you rank as like the importance if you were telling guys that like, this is what you have to do in this short amount of time?
Like you mentioned, is it more like playoff hockey? Yeah. I mean, it's a short recovery. I mean, you got to do everything perfect on a shorter time frame. 4 days, 5 days, versus 7 days. You have a routine. All these guys have a routine. You had a routine. I mean, Draper was probably the most rigid on his routine. I mean, you can contest to that. These guys have a routine, what they're working with, and it's with the trainers. It's with everybody. Like Campbell said in the locker room, look, we got to take care of our bodies. We got to be ready for Thursday. We didn't play our best. We found our way to win. We got to be mentally strong, physically strong. Don't let those bodies be the reason that you're not ready on Thursday. And they had a grueling game. Did they have a physical grueling game? I didn't see the most physical game. But that means you're in the cold plunges. Are you doing IVs? Are you doing secret sauce stuff? All that stuff plays a role in recovery. They have a nutritionist. They have certain foods you should be eating. There's no drinking. You're treating your body like a temple, and that's what you need to do in a shorter time frame. And it's the bruising, it's the massages. I mean, I know a lot of people on a personal level, they have their private masseuse, and that that day, that next day, or every day, depending on how they're feeling from getting beat up. But they all have their secrets of what they do to get ready. What you say, you asked me what's most important: hydration, recovery, and massaging that body, massaging that soft tissue. That little bruise that's in the arm because you got hit on a sideline, you want that massaged out. When you treat aggressively, and this goes not just for football, it's anything. When you have an initial injury, the quicker you treat it, that whole thing of wait 2 weeks and see what happens is BS. You need to be aggressively treating it because the body is the best human recovery machine. It has ways of recovering itself, but sometimes it has that blood pocket, it has that muscle swelling, that inflammation. You want to get all that recovered as quickly as possible. So when you're on this, we're just accelerated in a shorter time frame. The mental part is really what gets them through this part of it. They're stronger mentally than their body can recover. So the mental is probably, if I have to say, is being mentally strong is probably number one on a short week because your body's not going to recover. There's a physiological recovery to that.
You mentioned hydration
Yes.
as number one, right? Which, and I think more so now in 2025, where it's like a forefront of recovery and stuff, where it sort of wasn't back in the day. Is this one of these games with the short week because like cramping and maybe not like certain injuries, but we see guys down a lot? Do you expect as a doctor in a football game like this to be busier? You got to put a couple extra rolls of tape or be on call because of that, just because of how the body is and how physical these games are?
Oh, yeah.
And it being Green Bay, Detroit, Thanksgiving in Ford Field with the NFC, with all this, leading up to it and stuff like this. I just wonder, like, give the perspective of how a doctor, like, if you're on the sideline or whatever, do you prepare differently, or is it just everything fast tracked?
We're ready for anything. Cramping is probably a bigger deal in a shorter week for guys that aren't hydrating. If you really get down to the science of it, we measure how much weight they lose during a game like this, and you try to recover. And it's not just, back in your day, it was water and beer was recovery fluids.
Well, the oranges. Oranges were always like,
oranges.
between periods, or bananas and Coca-Cola.
Yeah, now
and then
you
get
have
in
a
the
lot
third
of
or fourth
electrolytes.
overtime, it's hot dogs and pizza.
All right. Now it's a lot of rehydration. It's IV. It's what's going in the IVs. All this can be done quicker. It's more of a standard. A lot of these guys are doing that. They're, liquid energy, liquid IV, liquid everything. You want to hydrate. But the biggest thing is old school. How much weight did you lose? What's the color of your urine? The darker it is, the more brighter yellow it is, the worse. You want it diluted. But you don't want to just hydrate with water. So these guys, this is more for our viewers, but these guys have so many people to talk to understand the science behind rehydration and recovery. If we see cramping, someone's screwed up. You can have a healthy guy who has no injuries cramp up. A lot of our secondary, that's things we would look at. Is it cramping? Why is it cramping? Muscles being deprived. So that's a hydration thing. It's an electrolyte thing. You're depriving the muscle and the activities. It's not a joint. It's not like, I have a rotator cuff injury. No, your muscle has a recovery pattern. It needs proper nutrition. Eating the right foods, eating crappy foods. All that stuff plays a role. The science of medicine is crazy on rehydration and recovery, to the point that if it happens and someone didn't listen to what they were being told.
Right, and it's more sort of, it's like PFF, you'll find out.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Well, it always bothers me, like college basketball, there's so much cramping in college basketball. And I think that's just the young people that they think they're still invincible and that they don't need to do it. Yeah, I drank. Did you drink enough? I drank. What was the mixture? Did you drink only water? Those are things, we're really getting into hydration here. But yeah, it's respecting the body and playing at an elite level. You're playing at an elite level all the time. There's no coasting. Like we're hearing about basketball, that it's a faster paced game. Everybody's taking time off. What are they taking time off for? What is that for? Is that for recovery? Is that just rest? Is that just rotations? What are they? Not that I'm jumping into basketball right now, but the Pistons are hot right now.
Well, let's go to that, because my next question was about Jaden Ivey. You know what I mean? And his, coming back, or what we've seen from him and how he's being used, right? Like coming off of that injury.
They're watching his hours. They're watching what he's doing. I think, not to pick one over the other, but if someone asked me in the chat who recovered better, Hutchinson or Ivy, I may go with Hutchinson. Because was the team. Look, they're both. It's a different game, but they're pretty close. When you go football to basketball, it's a lot of different athletics, but the way Hutchinson plays, and he's closer to a basketball player where he's changing directions. He has to be ready. The proprioception, the feedback systems. He had one fracture. He didn't have a total dislocation. I think they were a lot more cautious with him. I think at the end of last year, the Pistons were doing well, and now he's working more into the mental rotation of the Pistons too, to see where he fits.
Back to Hutchinson. Like now you've seen, more than half the season or whatever of him. Is that his progress to getting back? Is this where he is? You like what you're seeing out of him, his explosiveness, or do you think that there's still? Is he still coming back from injury? Like, I mean, or do you expect that there can be more because he's only more. 11 games, 11 weeks into playing off of that?
There's more. There's definitely more. His talent, he hasn't maxed out. Will he max out? That's another question, right? Because that's a mental question. Is he playing? I don't want to say it. I love Hutchinson, but is he playing a little guarded?
Guarded? Your dog? You've seen all of, like, you've been around all this stuff. So to me, saying that mentally he's not going in and thinking that, but there could be because of how severe and dramatic the injury was.
Right. I think there are players that we know that have never played to caution. Right. You look at Chelios, you look at McCarty, you look at, those kind of people. You look at Butkus, you look at, Campbell. I mean, there's certain guys that play with no caution. He played with no caution. So 1, he's maturing. 2, he's playing the game smarter, not reckless. 3, I think we're gonna see that adjustment. And I think that's where his maturity. I think he's gonna turn to a much smarter, efficient player. I don't need to go through the wall. I'll see if the door's unlocked first, kind of method.
Is that what you guys are seeing too? Do you see? Does that make sense when Doc says that? Is it something that we are, the expectations more because obviously the stats and the sacks and stuff like this. But is this a more mature or is it more guarded?
I think a little bit of both. I think when you come back from an injury, obviously what occurred and how he was playing was extremely reckless. I do think he has taken a step back in that recklessness this year. Whether that's affecting his play is a little above my pay grade, in my opinion. But I do think that he does look slightly guarded out there, just by a millisecond.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's guarded to a default, right? Yeah. Like, if we could really break down tape, which I'm sure they're doing, and he's doing more than anybody. It's just like us when we do our show. We know how to criticize ourselves because we're the only one in our head, right? We can all speculate from our perspectives. But Hutchinson watches that, and he's learning. And that's what I mean. He'll be like, oh, I could have took that step where I was hesitant. Or I didn't need to do that. Look how I wasted that energy. He's getting smarter every game, every play. He's gifted. He's talented. And he's going to learn that mental part of the game. I think in the next couple of years, he's going to be a much smarter player, but become more efficient.
Absolutely, Kenny. As it was just said, he's playing with controlled aggression, not ruthless.
Controlled octane, as Dan Campbell would say. No, I think it's more so just the fact that if that motor slowed down at any point, then you can maybe say he's being guarded and stuff like that. But that motor is still there. He almost has 10 sacks on the season.
Bottom line, we need him to come up big. And he did at the end of the game. Make a play when you need to play. Sure. You can't argue it. So it's something to watch.
The locker room needs to, like, what's going to take to open it back up to the way it was last year. I think that's what, hopefully, winning in the last few minutes and gritting it out, hopefully they turn that corner, and hopefully this is where we see them just accelerate.
Hopefully, I mean, this is the time to do it. Ramping up before the playoffs. Got a nice homestand here to get us all right. But thank you so much for joining us, Doctor. That's Dr. Jeff Pierce.
Thanks, Doc.
He's the absolute best. Takes care of Darren McCarty. Takes care of all of us as well. But thank you so much for tapping in today to Big D Energy. I know Neal got his shit off about Michigan, but
psych.
Me and KG had him on that get back.
Lined him up.
From me, from Neal, from D-Mac,
Deuces,
KG,
see you
and
tomorrow.
Spenny. We'll see you tomorrow on Big D Energy. Peace.